You're muted, Mr. and Mrs. Hessick. We can't hear you.
Tell them how to unmute.
I think they dialed in, though.
It's *6 to unmute.
Deborah?
Hey. Hey. Hey.
I can hear you, Deborah.
Deborah, tell us what you want to do and why you want this variance.
Deborah, you have to hit *6 to unmute yourself. Deborah, can you hear us? Jean, you're just going to have to go past them, I guess. I don't know.
We'll come back.
Okay.
The next item on the agenda is Brittany Miller at 332 Buchanan Street.
Hi, good evening.
You're a unique situation in Fremont. You front on 3 streets.
Yes, I do.
And you want a variance of front yard on the Thompson Street side.
Yes, so I want to put up a 6-foot vinyl privacy fence along the front of Buchanan, and then do a 45-degree angle towards Thompson, and then have it come back to Thompson and then back to the edge of my garage. I want the 6-foot the vinyl because the white matches the siding of my house, but mostly it's to keep my animals safe. It's kind of a little bit busier road, so I don't want my dog to get off of his leash and run into traffic and something tragic.
Well, we appreciate you keeping the corner clearance back at a 45-degree angle. But you're not going clear to the west side of your property, just to the garage?
So I'll be connecting it from the back of the house to the garage, so it'll be a full enclosure towards the back. But are you talking about the Thompson side?
Yes.
Yeah, so I'll be going out to Thompson, but it is not all the way to the street. So there's probably a good, I don't know, 6 to 10 foot clearance. I'd have to check with the guy that drew up the plans for the fence. But there's plenty of clearance within the property line from where the Thompson Road is and where the fence would be. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
Any questions from the board?
Does anybody have any questions?
Is that going to allow enough clearance for the road itself to be able to see it? For cars passing by?
Yeah, I believe so. So in the drawing that I presented, there's landscaping at the front of the property between Thompson and Buchanan. I'm going to actually come behind that instead of trying to enclose the landscaping to allow for more clearance for drivers at Thompson and Buchanan going left or right.
Okay, Brittany, like I explained to you, that Thompson Street right-of-way comes clear over, remember we had the discussion? So just make sure that you're on your property and not within the right-of-way.
Okay, correct.
Right, okay.
Any further questions? Is anyone else here to speak to this?
On my behalf, no.
What's the pleasure of the board?
I'll make a motion to grant the variance for a 6-foot fence, as long as it's got the 45-degree angle for viewing traffic.
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second. Is there further discussion? Would you consent to that fence be off the right of way on her property?
Right.
Any further discussion? Erica, would you call the roll?
Jaeger,
Yeah.
Sturbaum,
Yes.
Lewis,
Yes.
Barber,
Yes.
Still
Simonowski.
need your permit. Oops, one more.
I don't think she's here, but I wasn't sure. So, okay.
You still need your permits, and Erica's the person to see.
Okay, great. Thank you very much.
The next item is at a property.
You can
on
log off, Brittany, if
1125
you want.
Western Avenue. George and Tammy Molina, is there someone here to speak to this issue?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
The variance is just from 6 to 5 feet.
Yes, Erica told me that it's 6 feet. Now I have on the drawing 5 feet, but it can be easily adjusted on the drawing. I'm
Erica,
looking
is
to
that
put,
the only variance you need? Or you need?
George, you have to verify the height of it as well. I don't have that. I didn't have that.
okay. No, yes, no, the building right now, according from the property line, is in 5 feet on both sides, which gives it a 45 feet. And if I go 6 feet, the building would be shortened up to probably 42, and then I'd make up the difference. I had the depth going into the property 32, so I would make it up to 34 if I'm allowed. And then the height would not exceed 18 feet.
Erica, 18 feet meets the code.
Yes.
Any questions from the board? Is there anybody from the general public here to speak, would like to speak? What's the pleasure of the board?
I'll make a motion to grant the 1-foot variance.
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second. Further discussion? Erica, would you call the roll?
Barber,
Yes.
Lewis,
Yes.
Sturbaum,
Yes.
Jaeger.
Yes. And he would still need permits.
Correct.
Erica's the person to see.
Awesome.
Thank you, George.
Thank you, guys. You guys have a good evening.
You too.
Thank you. You too.
I can get the page turned here.
Okay, can we go back to item
Oh,
Deb,
sorry.
Michael and Deborah Hessick? Can you hear us now?
Michael or Deborah?
They're saying here, but they're not, you're still muted. You're still muted. You have to hit *6. I don't know. It still says that they're muted. Did you call in, Deborah, or are you on the iPad? Because at the bottom, you have to hit the microphone to unmute yourself. If you're on an iPad, you have to go to the bottom and then there's a little microphone, hit that, and that will unmute you so we can hear you. She's on the iPhone, so.
Okay, let's go on to the next item. Poulter
Okay.
Realty at 205 West Front Street. Is there someone to speak to this issue?
Yeah, Jamie and Guy, Rob Hall from Toledo Sign are here.
Oh, hey, Rob.
So we are looking to add an
There's-
awning here.
Rob, there's actually going to be two items, I think, on this. There's an awning component and there's something else. Is that
Oh, okay.
right?
I don't believe so, because the awning was approved. It was just the logo and everything qualified it as a
Yeah.
sign.
There was not related to Toledo Sign Company. It was something
I
different.
don't know.
Yeah. Can you guys clarify what you have on your docket?
So Jamie, you were, had an application made for an additional sign for the awning. So that's what Rob is here for. But you
Yeah.
also submitted, that third sign, which it looks like a big iPad looking thing that would go on the wall.
Yeah. So I will
So-
speak to that. I'll let Rob speak to the awning.
Okay,
Am I good?
Yep.
So we're just trying to do an awning here. The awning meets code and everything. We are just adding a logo on to the awning itself. The business it's not too street facing, but it is on the corner of a building. We weren't sure exactly if we were, well, like when we were planning on doing this, we weren't sure exactly how that would play into this. But it was approved by the Historical Society, so that has met review and everything. So that is pretty much it on our end. Unless you guys have any questions for me.
Having the logo on it's gonna just give it a cleaner, more cohesive look.
Yeah.
so just for clarification to the Board of Zoning Appeals members, they went to the Downtown Review Commission and got approval for the awning, but the awning is going to have their logo on it. So that's why they're in front of the board today to get approval, since it's considered a sign. So for clarity, that's what the application, that's the first component of the application.
It does meet all the requirements as far as color.
It was approved already by the DRC.
It was
Yeah,
approved.
it's like a navy blue color, and yeah, it was approved by.
Yeah. We had it match the, where are we at? I'm trying to pull it, I have it up on my computer. It matches, because they have the existing projecting sign up there right now. We have it as close to that as we can. So it matches the aesthetics and everything of the building.
Okay. Are these gonna be separate issues, the sign on the side of the building and the sign or the awning? Or is that
Yes,
two separate?
two separate issues. So you have to vote twice.
Okay,
Let's take the awning first.
okay.
I make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second. Further discussion. Anyone else in the audience would like to speak to this issue? Erica, would you call the roll?
Mr. Baum,
Yes,
Lewis,
Yes,
Barber,
Yes.
Jaeger.
Yes. Now to the second issue.
Okay, so the second is, so the digital board, which I think that you guys should have received a packet of information on. It's a touch screen digital board. It does kind of look like an iPad. It would be affixed to the side of the building. I think you have a diagram of where on the side of the building. But it's basically, it's not really advertising Poulter real estate. It's just advertising the real estate market, as well as many local advertisers that would be on there too. So people could interact with that person's ad on the digital board by touching it. They can go to their website, they can get contact information. And I think I gave you a list of the advertisers that were looking to do that have already committed to doing that. So we thought with the markets downtown and the walkability of the area, it was a neat way, instead of having, real estate companies that put papers up in their window, which I hate. This was a great way to give people information about the listings that are on the market, as well as bring in other local advertisers to the downtown area, so they get some benefit of that walkability down there as well.
So board
How
members,
is it-
your own clarity, this will be considered a billboard, like on the side of the building, so sign, or the advertising, because it's advertising for other businesses. So it would be kind of classified as a billboard.
I can't read the dimensions on my print here. What are the dimensions?
You know the dimensions. Give me one second.
It's 20 by 41.
I'm sorry, Matthew, did you have that handy?
Yeah, I can see on the diagram. It's 20 width by 41 height.
Yes.
What is it again?
20 wide by 41 high.
And that's inches.
Yeah, sorry.
Not feet.
Yeah, we're talking inches, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Is it lit?
It is
lighted?
lit, but it can be programmed to be turned off during certain hours.
Is there any planned audio for this, or is it just going to be visual?
No audio, all visual.
Any further questions?
Did you have any plans for, were you thinking keeping it on overnight, or were you just planning on having it on during like standard business hours, or like a couple hours after?
I would say, I mean, if I were to think about it, till like 9 o'clock at night, like with the new Doras down there, it's just becoming an even more walkable area, especially in the evening. And we've got the new pizza joint opening right across the street. I mean, in my head, if there was going to be a time restriction put on it, I would say like 9 p.m. seems appropriate. But obviously, you're in charge. You make the rules, so I'll do whatever you tell me.
Is anyone else here to speak to this?
Well, my husband's here, but I don't know if he has anything more to
I don't
add.
really have anything else. Jamie knows way more about it than I do.
So he doesn't have anything to add.
What's the pleasure of the board?
I'll make a motion to approve the billboard at the size that's
second.
quoted.
at the size that they presented?
Yeah, I think Matt seconded it. At the size
Yes.
of the print.
Do you want to put any time restrictions on that?
I think 9 o'clock's fair. 9 o'clock, 9 PM, I guess it would be.
Would anybody be opposed? I was thinking even like 10, just because after mentioning the Dora, I get the feeling that it might be beneficial just to have that option, give them the discretion of shutting it down early if they want to.
Yeah, I'll go along with that.
Okay, then for 10 o'clock, I think.
I think I think everybody should take in consideration also to make sure that it stays, it's not moving too fast where it's creating like, some sort of distraction, you know. We have in our regulations, time frames where it can't switch too fast, you know, things like that. So I'm sorry. I think that's something.
The advertisers will work like a slideshow, so it's not gonna, constantly be in motion. It'll work like a slideshow when it's rotating.
So somebody physically has to come up and touch it for it to even.
To interact with it, yes.
Okay, gotcha.
Then we have a motion and a second to approve it with a 10 o'clock shut off time. Is that right, Erica? We have a motion and a second to that effect?
Yes.
Yes.
Further discussion? Erica, would you call the roll?
Lewis,
Yes.
Barber,
Yes.
Sturbaum,
Yes.
Jaeger.
Yes. Still need a permit. Bring your textbook or your checkbook.
I will definitely do that. Thank you, guys.
Okay.
Are we gonna try to go back to item number 2?
I'm having them call in. I'm sending them a message right now. Just give me one moment. Okay. Is anybody here from the Hessick Vine Street?
I haven't heard anything.
I just let somebody in. He said he was calling in. Mr. and
Did
Mrs.
you tell him to press star six?
Me. Hello?
Yeah, we're here.
Okay.
Okay, hold on one. Can you hear us now?
Yes, we can.
Yep.
Okay, hold on 1 second. I'll give you to my mom. Hang on.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello.
Yeah, we
Hello.
can hear you.
I've never had so much trouble with this phone in my life.
Lucky to have somebody.
No, we wanted the variance for a 10 by 12 shed. If we can't go 10 by 12, we'll go 12 by 8 or whatever, but we want to be able to store our personal belongings in it. And we got to get it up off the driveway, and we wanted it protected because we had some vandalism go on around here Easter weekend, and I worked too hard for my money and what I got, and I want to protect it. And we're going to stay within the 4-foot frontage there. We're going to stay right in the line. And the shed door will open into my driveway. So it won't be bothering the frontage or anything like that.
Erica, how is percentage of lot coverage?
What's that?
What is she all right with the percentage of lot coverage?
I don't know. You got, am I in the percentage of the lot coverage?
Yeah.
Yes, we are.
Yes, you are. I'm sorry. I was muted. Yes, you are.
We're within.
Where
Are we there?
Yes.
Yep, you're here.
Yes, Gene, they're
Okay.
okay with lot coverage, Gene.
They just don't meet setback?
Correct.
But they would be in line with the other structures.
Yes, we would. We're not
coming
going
no clo-
outside of the. What's that?
You're not cut like you showed in your drawing. You're not coming no closer than the current garage. You're just going next to it, correct?
We're going right to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Questions from the board? What's the pleasure of the board?
Am I hearing or am I not hearing?
I'll make the motion that the variance be approved.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there further discussion?
Who seconded that?
Erica,
I'm
would you
sorry.
Lewis.
Okay.
Erica, would you read the roll?
Barber,
Yes.
Lewis,
Yes.
Sturbaum,
Yes,
Yeager.
Yes. Still need a permit. Erica is person to see on second floor of City Hall. Is there anything else to be brought before the board? If not, is there anything needs to be brought before the board?
I'm sorry. I'm here. I'm her son who lives with her. She just got out of the hospital. So can you explain to me exactly what happened?
It was approved.
Okay, it's approved. What do we need to do from here?
see Erica Williams, at, second floor of City Hall. Get your
Okay, I
permit.
appreciate it. Thank you, sir.
Go have a life. Anything else be brought before the board? I entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
Erica, would you read the roll?
Lewis,
Yes.
Barber,
Yes.
Dirtbaum,
Yes.
Jaeger.
Yes. We'll see everybody in a month.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Yep. Take care,
Yep.
everyone.
Bye, guys.
See ya.